TableTopics session. Our session master is the person who just start to walk around, getting really excited. Circle Xiao. He answered my question. He answered my question 2 times.
3 times.
The reason why, because he didn't really follow my rules.
Because you are picky.
I thought my English is good enough to convey my idea. Obviously, some people don't get it. Sad. So he said, basically, he was a rebellious kid who caused a lot of trouble to teachers. You can tell, right? No, never change. But he added another sentence. He said, but now he's a gentle, polite, and behaving adult. He never realized that my question concludes 2 parts. First, in this question, you can see how bad a person's memory could be. A second part is, you can see how dishonest a person could be. So which part happened to him? You guys decide. Now let's welcome Circle Xiao.
I'm honest. I'm the person with honesty, okay? So for table topic session, I will ask you questions associated to today's topic, which is childhood, and randomly pick up my victims to be on stage to reply my question for at least 1 minute, which you will see the green card. Then you have to finish all your sharing within 3 minutes when you see the red card. If you see the red card, you still have 30 seconds to finish everything you want to say, or I will kick you out of the stage. Clear? All clear? Alright, let's get started. First question. What was the worst punishment you had when you was a kid? And what did you do? How this incident impact you? What was the worst punishment you had when you was a kid? How it impact you? My first speaker will be Annie. I need some postmaster to do some demonstrating, you know.
I'm afraid that
I'm afraid I never get any punishment.
Well, I think that's a very tough question for me because before I came to name Toastmaster, I actually had thought about what kind of the question would be like. So, actually, my imagination questions would be like, how was your childhood like? What's the most memorable or happy things in your childhood? So you really so I actually have nothing to say right now, but when I thought about the punishment, I think that my mom is a very special mom because she is very democratic right now, but before we grew up, she often like when I have a sister which is older than me, and when we do something wrong, she always punish 2 of us, and that will make our make our relationship much better, I think, because when we are in our bathroom, we will always blaming my mom why she do that. And the relationship to our sisters will get closer. But after we grown up, my mom is very open and democratic. She never when we have some troubles in life, like for schools and other things, we often go to her and ask her answers for giving our son advice, and I think that was the greatest things I got from my mom. And actually, yeah, so I think that the punishment, I think the punishment I have got from my parents is reasonable, and I also grow up under their punishment.
Someone don't know topic devil, which is me, okay? I'm famous for difficult and creative questions.
Famous.
Famous! Alright, next question. My next question is simple. Share us your childhood crush and how it turns out. Share us a romance story happens when you were a kid and how it turns out. Ethan. Yeah. Is anyone else here? No, it's you. You're handsome enough. You should have a lot of story to share.
That was a really tough question I have ever
I know.
Honest speaking, I don't have too much experience on this kind of romantic thing when I was a child, but I always being a single lover means I love her, but she don't know that. From the elementary school to the high school, always like that. But I pretty doubt those girl ever don't know what my intention is, because I always being too shy to show my expression to them and doing some pretty weird things when those girls talking to me, because I feel like kind of too nervous trying to find a hole and hide myself inside that hole. So really tough question. Okay, and when I was at the university, I had my first girlfriend, and we met it in the cycling club. And the interesting thing is she have a good feeling to me, but she don't know I knows that because some of my friend told me. So I was kind of like playing her because I know I'm in taking advantage at the upstream side of this game. So after several months, and I just tell her, I like you, and could we celebrate the next anniversary next year? So she just accept. I was just like, yeah, 100% win. Yeah. So that's my story. Thank you.
Let's tell the people. Women are master in this game. She know you know. Okay? Next question. What kind of adult that you imagine you will be or you would like to be when you were a kid? And what's your latest plan? What kinds of adult you imagine you will be or you would like to be when you were a kid? And what's your latest plan? I keep this hard question to look.
You know the question.
Shake my hand! You have to! I
don't know
want
the
to.
questions. Repeat.
Can you repeat the second question? What's your latest plan? Which means what you are going to do about it.
Oh, okay. When I was a child, I always watch movie and I want to be super rich, like have billion house and luxury cars and drive all day, don't have to work. And my latest plan to do it is I want to buy lottery like every week. And maybe next day I won't need to go to work because I'm recently going to be an intern of a company and have to wake up so early. When I was college student, I wake up like 5 p.m. and sleep at 9 a.m. So, from that, there's nothing changed from my childhood from now because I always want to be super rich, then I don't have to do any work. And if I have to say that, I would like to think of a more positive way to achieve my goal is work hard and sleep earlier, like try to sleep 30 minutes earlier or something, and don't forget to buy lottery every day. You still have to do it because that's the fastest way to achieve the goal. And I recently studied some book of like how to manage your money, and I find a way is you separate it in 3 parts, like your rent and your saving, and the 3rd part is buying something that invests yourself, like buying book, buying course, or study online. Thank you for listening.
Next question will be easier. What was the stupidest things you have done or you believed when you were a kid? And how do you feel about it now? What was the stupidest things you believed or have done when you were a kid? And how do you feel about it now? This question goes to Abby. You can walk slow. Yeah. Buy yourself some time, no problem. Okay, now it is your turn.
The most stupid thing in my childhood, I really couldn't remember because I think I'm quite smart. But if really want to say something, I think I could keep growing in my childhood until maybe college. Yeah, I believe
What you believe?
I believe I can keep growing, be taller.
Me too. But when you start sleep enough, you stop growing. And when you reach college, it's end.
Yes, I realized it until college. I realized I could not. I just managed.
And how do you feel about it?
From now I feel okay. I accept it.
Okay, that's good for you because I still don't accept it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Nice done. How many minutes I have? One more question, last question. What's the worst fault you had with your family and friends when you were a kid? And how do you feel about this incident now? What was the worst fault argued with your family or friends when you were a kid? And how do you feel about this incident now? Serafina. May I tell you something? It's hard to pronounce.
Sorry, could you repeat the question again?
No problem. Your question is, what was the worst fault you had with your family or friend when you were a kid, and how do you feel about that incident now? I never fought. I was so nice.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Actually, I never fought with my family or my friends because I was a very cold child. So, but sometimes I fought with my sister. Okay. One time, I remember when we were trying to crossing a road, and there are many cars, and my sister was crying because she was not there to cross the road. So she asked my help to lead her to cross the road. But I thought she was very annoyed. So first time I didn't. I just crossed the road and I left her behind. And later she was crying very loud. So I come back and I beat her. but not very hard. Just not very hard. Okay, so maybe this is the only thing that I fought with my family. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. So hope you all enjoy this session. Let's back to Toastmaster of the evening.